back to another episode of Wookiee's Oldies but Goodies. Today, guys, I have a very special treat for you. It is a super duper old game for sure. From all the way back in 1981, a game that has quickly, for whatever reason, become one of, if not, quickly become one of my favorite games to play. And one of my favorite games of all time. And you know what? Up until now, I haven't really been sure why. It's just been sort of fun and addicting. So let's dive on in to one of the oldest games that we're gonna play in this series, Galaga, and let's see what all the hype is about. Oh, the music. All right. So the game starts out pretty easily, and you know, obviously, one thing I guess I could address starting off is the graphics, but like I don't really know what would be the point, because Galaga is a classic for sure. Like it's undeniably a classic. It sort of paved the way for a lot of other shooters. And yeah, the graphics aren't exactly the super best, but this game's from 1981. 1981, it was originally an arcade cabinet, so gotta kind of cut it some slack. I'll try to talk as much as I can about Galaga and just like stories and everything like that for today. But today you guys might hear me being a little bit quieter and just kind of playing the game. Basically, just because like when it comes to a game like this, dang it, when it comes to a game like this that's this old. There's not really a whole lot you can talk about. Like, I feel like it's not really fair to compare it to more modern games, because technology has come so far since this game was released. Like, dear God, like, what was it? Somebody do math on that. 1981, 2001. Yeah, that's 40 years. This game is almost 40 years old. So that's pretty insane to think about. But I think why this game has quickly become one of my favorite games, and why this game has stuck around for so long, is just basically because one of the nostalgia factor, obviously. Nostalgia plays a huge part in games sticking around, I feel. Especially games on this list. But I think something else, too, is its simplicity, and it's addicting. This game is super addicting. Compared to all the other games where you gotta kind of like plan stuff out and run around and like strategize and everything, this game just kind of, let's just sit here and just kind of shoot a little bit. You know? God dang it. Like I said, graphics are definitely not the best, but they're good. They're serviceable, you know? Like they're holding up. For a game made in 1981, they carry so much nostalgia factor, and with a game like this, you don't really need a whole lot of like good graphics. Like, you just need fun, addicting gameplay, and that's what this game has. There's that Billy Mays guy. Come on. Oh, I avoided that beat just barely. Die! Oh my God. Come on, we're trying to beat that high score. I admittedly have never gotten past this stage. Oh my God. God dang it. Give me another ship. I need more. I want to know the story behind this. Like, I bet it's cool. I bet it's like a really cool story, and I bet it would freaking the story behind what's happening in the game, not the game itself. Yes, capture my ship. Don't worry, I won't be captured for long. So let's spawn up right here. No, no, it's not merging with. Oh God, no! Oh, I screwed up so bad just now. Oh my God! Get away from me. I will say this too. I don't think I've addressed the controls yet. The controls for this game, especially for a game that's essentially being emulated onto a more modern console and played with a modern controller, as opposed to a joystick like on an arcade cabinet, is very, very smooth, very precise, like very fluid. Just the controls are good. Controls are very good. 29. Get another ship. No! I apologize again, guys, for like, not quite so much talking, but when it comes to a game like this, there's just not a whole lot to address. Like, it's not really fair to compare, like, you know, to compare, like, graphics or sound to games of today, because this game is 40 years old. So, of course it's not going to be as good of graphics as games of today. But, as I stated in Knights of the Old Republic, the one thing that is most important to me, and that I think is most important to a lot of people, and keeps them coming back, is the gameplay. This game absolutely nails down gameplay to a T. It is some of the simplest, but also the most fun gameplay I've ever experienced, and I think that coupled with the nostalgia factor and its status as a classic game is why I have grown to love this game so much, and why it has come to be one of my favorite games of all time. So, does the game hold up? Absolutely. Absolutely, 100%, this game holds up. It is a classic. It has cemented its status as a classic. It will forever be a classic, and because of its innovative, for the time, yet simple gameplay, well, simple but fun and addicting gameplay. Like, I just played this game for half an hour. Didn't even know it. No, I kept getting in that mode of one more game. And because of that, this game is probably going to stick around for another 40 years. And I look forward to seeing where it goes, and if they develop like any sort of sequels or anything, because that would be really cool. I know that there was a prequel before this game, and there was a sequel after this game that came out in about 1983 or 1984. But I mean a more modern sequel to the game, maybe even a modern day remake. That might be pretty cool. Like, update the graphics and stuff. That might be something cool to see.